Salmon patties, or salmon cakes, or salmon patty cakes. Whatever you want to call them, they're delicious. Hey everyone, Mark here, and welcome to my kitchen. Today we're making salmon patties, or cakes, and they're just filled with fresh ingredients, fresh salmon. You could use frozen, just stay away from the canned stuff, and fresh corn. Definitely stay away from the canned stuff for this recipe. And am I the only one that when I think of corn, I see corn in a recipe, that I think of this?
Get that corn out of my face!
I love it. Let's make some patties. This recipe will make about 8 3-ounce patties. So let's start with 1 clove of garlic and finely chop it up. And then let's finely chop up half of a shallot. We aren't going heavy on the ingredients here, as we still want the salmon and corn to shine in this recipe. And then grab fresh parsley and finely chop up about 3 tablespoons worth. This is really gonna amp up the freshness in this dish. Are you surprised about the Reggie? Parmigiano-Reggiano. If you have been following me for a while, you know this cheese is in basically everything that I do, and it pairs great with the salmon and corn. So let's go for half a cup of finely grated Parmigiano-Reggiano. Crack up 1 egg and give it a nice whisk. Now our corn. 1 fresh corn on the cob. I'm just gonna cut the end off to create a flat surface, and then I'm going to do the old bowl and bowl trick. 1 small bowl into a larger bowl. Place the corn on the small bowl flat side down, and then with a knife, slice down the sides of the corn, removing the kernels that will fall into the bowl. And I definitely should have used a smaller bowl for the inside because kernels are going all over the place now. Then you can remove any remaining kernels, and there you go. We grabbed all those kernels off that 1 cob of corn. I have 2 6-ounce salmon fillets that I'm just gonna pat dry with a paper towel to remove any excess moisture, and then we're just gonna cut into small sized chunks, big enough to fit into my food processor. If you don't wanna use a food processor, you can definitely just use your knife to finely chop up the salmon. Place some salmon into your food processor and lightly pulse on and off just to break up the salmon, but not into a mince. You still want some texture and some chunks of the salmon. Once done, place in the bowl with the corn, and then add the garlic, the shallots, parsley, the Reggie, the egg, 1 tablespoon of smoked paprika, half a tablespoon of Dijon mustard, the juice of half a lemon, chili flakes, which is optional for heat, and then 1 cup of panko breadcrumbs, and then gently mix everything together. You can make the patties right away, but placing some plastic wrap over the bowl and then place in the fridge for about 1 or 2 hours will really make the flavors mingle together and make everything taste better. When we are ready to cook our patties is when we can season with salt and freshly cracked pepper. If you salt too early and the fish sits for too long, the salt denatures the proteins and the salmon can become crumbly, and we don't want that. We can just give another mix and then we can make our patties. Form your 3-ounce patties into little burger patties, not too thick. I don't know why I pat so much, but I am, and that was close. 2.95 ounces, I'll take it. Form the rest of your patties, patting away, and as I said, this recipe should make 8 3-ounce patties. Once done, you can place the patties in the fridge again just so that they can firm up a little bit, or you can just fry right away. I'm using a 1/4 cup of canola oil, but you can use any neutral oil. And then place your patties down into the pan away from you, and I'm doing 2 batches of 4, and then cook each side for about 3 minutes. Once done cooking, you can remove to a plate lined with paper towel, sprinkle some flaky salt on top of those patties, and then cook the second batch. You can remove some of the fallen kernels as they will pop and oil will splatter like this. All right, so I'm about to do my second batch, but I should mention, if you have one of these, to use it in the beginning, because the corn can pop and then you'll get oil splats all over you, and you don't want to be like me. Now we'll just toss in our second batch. We'll go away from you. We'll place down in the pan, away from you, and we'll put this on top. And that's it. Let's just finish up this second batch, and we can eat these delicious patties. These are really good and fresh. Whew. Just remember when making them, watch out for the oil splatter from the corn. And that fresh corn really adds a nice sweet pop of flavor to the salmon. And you can eat them hot, cold, with tartar sauce, make a mango salsa. You know, I like it with a little bit of QP mayo. So I hope you give these a go. And as always, the full recipe's in the description below. Please like and comment. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button. And until next time, ciao.